To preface this, I do not know Marcus Meehan, aka Count Dankula, personally, but going around social media is Free Dankula, hashtag Free Dankula. Count Dankula today got convicted of hate speech crime, or technically some obscure law about the misuse of technology passed in Parliament in 2003. In their infinite wisdom, Count Dankula got convicted of these laws because of the fact that he trained his girlfriend's pug to lift its paw up every time he said Sieg Heil, and for repeatedly saying gas to Jews in an ironic way. Essentially, his video was a satire against Nazis, so Count Dankula will probably serve time for making fun of Nazis. He got tired of everyone saying that his girlfriend's dog was so cute and he wanted to do something that would make his girlfriend change her point of view about it by making him do a Nazi salute by command. Considering that Islamist preachers have been allowed to call for the destruction of Jews in Israel and to conquer the West in Hyde Park, where Speaker's Corner is located at in London, killing the men and making the women war booty, I just find this to be a weird double standard that they allow Islamists to preach their hate, but yet Count Dankula makes a joke about Nazis and he's going to possibly see prison time. To wit, this video will not be another video about Count Dankula himself. Several other creators, like Some Black Guy, Sticks Hexenhammer 666, and Vernaculus, have made videos far better than I will make on it. I will instead focus on the response or lack of from the SocJus community on YouTube. These jerks either do not care to comment at all, or they are so tribalistic that they deflect and try to say there are worse things in the world. Maybe there is, but this is obviously a red herring. Let us start with Dick Coughlin. It's the same jerk-off who got caught photoshopping Thunderfoot's face on a porno of him masturbating and creating a fake Thunderfoot account on Twitter portraying him to be a racist. He probably has the hottest take on this, and I quote, "Count Dankula expects me to feel sorry for him and defend his right to free speech when a week ago he set up a petition demanding Antifa be classified as a terrorist group and banned. Yeah, sorry dude. Maybe I'll give a shit once you learn not to be such a disingenuous hypocrite." End quote. First off, what does the fuck Antifa being a terrorist group have anything to do with Count Dankula probably serving time in jail for a joke? Antifa smashes up private and public property. They assault political dissenters, dox people, and cause bodily harm to their ideological enemies. This is stupid on so many levels that it could be its own video. It is logically fallacious because it merely draws away attention from the issue at hand, free speech under attack, and it shows how big of an asshole Coughlin is. Another brain dropping of his on Twitter was InfoWars totally supports free speech when it comes to politically incorrect jokes. Oh, unless that joke involves decapitating Donald Trump, in which case it's too far. The joke he was talking about was Kathy Griffin holding what appears to be the severed head of Donald Trump. Okay, how is that supposed to be a joke? To me, it is an incitement of violence towards our president, while Count Dankula trained a pug how to Sieg Heil. These two are not synonymous, Dick. It was retweeted gleefully by Kevin Logan, the neck-bearded male feminist twat who was involved in a campaign with Jeannie McDermott, Laughing Witch, and Bewildered Ape in trying to get Thunderfoot fired from his job by branding him a Nazi. This is the same scum fuck who made fun of Thunderfoot's dad dying of cancer in a video and proud of it. Another juicy bit was from Chris Iossi, a part of the brigade who celebrated Bering almost losing his channel due to copyright strikes, while ironically sporting as her avatar a Roy Lichtenstein painting still in existence, which she had to take down and form a new avatar on her channel. She is also the same bitch in order to score brownie points against her ideological foes, called Crowton T a racist because he went after an Islamist piece of shit that was trying to dox a Saudi ex-Muslim. Here's what she had to say in the same vein as Coughlin trying to deflect from the issue. Okay, quick recap. Here in the land of the free, we have an incredibly high incarceration rate of mostly brown people who have to work for next to nothing, tantamount to slavery. They report intolerable conditions and are dying at ever-increasing rates. This last in Florida. This right here is what you call two wrongs equal who cares. Yes, prison conditions are terrible and the penal system is needed. Penal reform is needed. But again, what does this have to do with Count Dankula going to jail for a joke? Work detail is a privilege in most prisons, for crying out loud. It sure as hell beats rotting away in a can. She also said this: Christina Hall Summers are for morons who teach their dogs to mimic Nazi salutes while also being kind of fashy salutes while being fashy themselves. But for real, it would help if just once in a very great while you would give a shit about someone who is not either a white dude or speaking to the interests of white dudes. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to not just roll my eyes and wander away from all your frozen peaches and preferential outrage. So, meet us halfway here, yeah. Okay, as mentioned before, people like Copiosity stood and mocked Crowton T for defending a Saudi ex-Muslim, who by the way isn't white, who is trying to leave Saudi Arabia for Germany, or Steve Shives and Cat Black ridiculing atheists trying to bring attention to Dina Ali, a woman trying to escape Saudi Arabia from a forced marriage. Captured and kidnapped in the Philippines and brought back to Saudi Arabia, where she met an uncertain fate. She is also not only white, but not a male. So yeah, they have brought attention to people who would be considered minorities in the United States or in the West. Period. So Copiosity, caring about problems become non-issues when those individuals are straight, white, cisgendered males like Count Dankula. Also, with your ilk, when I hear about frozen peaches, it shows your disregard for a freedom you take for granted, and that is being stripped from Count Dankula by the Scottish government. Lastly, how is it fashy for someone to poke fun at fascism? Last but not least is the smarmy pipsqueak H. Bomber guy, who had this to say: the only way to get these people to talk about the white supremacists doing repeated bombing of the black communities in the U.S. would be if the bombers got arrested for uploading a video of them saying something racist. The free speech warriors who slept on nonviolent protesters getting jail time finally found someone worth their time defending. A guy trained a dog to do a salute when he yells Nazi things at it. First off, maybe why quite a few people are defending Dankula is that they may consider him a friend, and that is what you do as a friend. Another thing is that if they can arrest Count Dankula for a joke that is offensive, what exactly is offensive, considering that many Jews defended him saying it? Also, similar to the other cretinous dimwits, deflecting. A prison protest and terrorist attacks has nothing to do with Count Dankula being jailed possibly for a joke. In conclusion, I thought maybe because of the fact that he is a human being who may face jail time for merely expressing a joke, and a fellow YouTuber, that it could be or would be something or should be something that unites us, but alas, I am wrong. Fuck the social justice community who refuses to acknowledge the humanity of someone who is having their very livelihood threatened for a politically incorrect joke. This is tribalism at its worst. They boo-hooed when Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn feigned victimhood from online trolls and demanded the UN to pass laws restricting speech. The SocJus community puts on airs of superiority, but because of the fact they are willing to use any tactics to gain victory and silence their opponents and not call out their side for their bad behavior, they have no high ground to stand on. Fuck the SocJus community. I'm out.